there's a very interesting thing about soccer supporters. When they're happy, they're extremely happy. When they are not happy, they are extremely unhappy. So my thing is, don't go for the jugular just yet, right? We may be out of WAFCON, but we are still building to qualify for the World Cup. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned from our loss. I hope we learn them, because from my perspective, we are being predictable where we should be creative, and we are being experimental where we should be conservative and stabilized. And one other thing that I think this WAFCON knockout is going to teach us is that while other countries are developing their women football, South Africa is not doing the same, and there is no other way but to experience defeat, because without building quality and your counterparts getting more serious and building quality, we will continuously struggle. Another lesson for my side is that I don't understand how, from a coaching perspective, if your team is struggling, your team is trailing by 2 goals, you're not subbing. 1, 2, when you sub, you don't sub the impact players that you've previously subbed in a similar situation that were able to get a result. However, tough luck for the girls. On to the next. Chin up, really chin up, because I think when I compare all the 4 matches now, Tanzania, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Morocco, when I compare the performance between the 4 matches, probably Morocco's performance was our best. Yes, the result is not favorable, but performance-wise, the girls really brought it tonight. Just unlucky in Cesane conceding that penalty, and just a few things that really need to be strategized better and cleaned up in terms of players and how we play, and the discipline of our playing just needs to be tightened up. And with regards to your coaching and administrative side of how Banyana as a team and women football as a whole in South Africa, there has to be a change in mental framework, in strategy, in appreciation of the game, because the game is growing, but how it's handled in our country, it is regressive. It is showing in our players, it is showing in our play, it is also showing in our coaching decisions. So unfortunately today, it's not that we had a bad match, it's that the cracks are showing, and for as long as we go without correcting it and learning from these cracks, we will continue to be punished. This year's exit is worse than last year's exit. So clearly, we didn't learn from getting out at the point that we got out last year, and this year is worse. If we continue to not learn, next year is going to be even worse. Well, do you get what I'm saying? But I'll do a longer video tomorrow. I'm tired. But I think, honestly, the girls must chin up. They really pulled off a solid performance. I think when we came into this match, majority of the people were expecting Morocco to have a field day with us when you look at the way we were performing from beginning up to this point. And that was not to be. So there's a lot, really lot to be proud of. There's a lot to work on top of. And we may be down today, but definitely a better day will come. So calm down. Try not to go to the dark side of sadness, and let's learn, and hopefully then we gather up strength and optimism and whatever we need to gather up in order to continue our journey